It's also a possibility.
It is. It is. Right. So, I'm going to start from scratch. Because I don't really know the Mustang. So that's me, see what official setups they are. What do we think? I think a medium downforce would be ideal for Road America.
Oh, as long as it sticks to the ground and doesn't go off in the carousel, that'd be great.
So low downforce, medium downforce. Start on a sprint. As I said earlier, I like to do it on like half a tank. Because it's always easier to just adjust the springs for a heavier fuel tank. Right. So, I'm going to get a feel for it on like a pretty much baseline setup. But I really don't... I don't know it that well. Radiation nerd. Oh, Brandon. Of course it's Brandon. Just don't make the car want to kill itself at the kink. Well...
Please don't.
that is what I'm here to try and iron out. Again, I get a feel for the baseline setup. And work from there, basically.
I don't think I ever tried the baseline for this.
The baselines are pretty solid, from what I can remember. I mean, my fastest lap on Road America is still set at a baseline.
On the Mustang?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? At 20 degrees?
No, it were race conditions. I can't remember. But, the baseline setups are sleepers in the Mustang. I think that's why it's the meta everywhere. Yeah, baseline can take a lot flat. Turn 7, we've gone past that. Yeah, definitely can. I mean, it absolutely hammers the kink on cold tyres. No effort required. Obviously, Radiation Nerd in the chat. Brandon, his name is in the team, and he's been practicing in this Mustang with us. He's going to be helping us figure this thing out. Unfortunately, Mustang is obviously the meta at Road America.
Yeah, it's the meta murder machine.
Another lap and a half, warm these tyres up. First thing I do notice about the Mustang is the ABS is very ABS happy.
Oh, that's something you can adjust, right?
Well, that was the setup that we tried. And I tried to wipe it out in the edit that I made. It doesn't seem as bad on the baseline at all. I mean, I'm not going for it yet. I'm on cold tyres. I'm just getting a feel for the setup for now. It's definitely got better turning. Stable through the kink. think this is a hot track that I'm on. I think it's about 100 Fahrenheit, 103 Fahrenheit, I think. So, get another lap.
You wanna...
Gonna get another couple of laps in and try and push, get a feel for this baseline and see what we feel like we should be trying to improve for this track. See how we get on. I think starting from scratch might be the best bet, you know, Christoph.
Yeah, but loading the racetrack from the endurance series, because that's going to be the nearest to the actual race.
That's what I've done. I've done a test drive based on the endurance race. Still a little bit ABS happy when you try and trail. Kink is stable as hell. Turn 7's probably a flat outer as well, which is also nice. Traction control, ABS is kicking in quite a lot on the braking zones. I'm not really putting the brake down much. It does plow to the ABS quite heavy as well. I feel like that does induce a lot of understeer in this Mustang.
Jesus Christ. How are people driving this for 24 hours?
I have no idea. It's a bit of a murder machine, but I don't know. I feel like the setups now that people are getting are just been made by ChatGPT, and they're just hyper aggressive. They're not ideal.
Well, I'm driving your setup, so.
Well, I'm not using ChatGPT.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%. Yeah, you don't complain about my setups. You like my setups.
Well, I like the one from Spa, I'll give you that.
You like the McLaren? The BMW, that were mine, at Watkins Glen.
True, true.
You like that? We all like that.
Okay, I like him.
Ah,
fine.
We're winning him over. Start charging you a subscription fee.
I already paid for the Mustang, so it's fine.
Well, I owe you quite a few setups now then. Right, so I'm struggling on the baseline setup. I'm a little bit hesitant to get back on the accelerator after a corner. The ABS kicks in far too easily for my liking. The previous setup, I feel like you've got to sacrifice turn in, but you can jump straight on the gas on exit. I feel like it's really good on exit. I mean, I don't know if you and Brandon are getting the same sort of feel.
It has decent turn-in, but yeah.
The turn-ins, I mean, I've sacrificed a lot of the turn-in, but we've got great exit. You can jump straight on the gas. The baseline's a little bit better on turn-in, I'm going to assume with the long straights of Road America that we're going to be better sacrificing a little bit of turn in for the being able to jump straight on the gas to exit. See, the braking's not as good in the baseline either. But I have shoved the braking a little bit rearward. Right, I think I know what I want to change. I just want to go in the straight. I'm going to lock the brakes up and see if it's the front or the rear wheels that are going to lock first. So I know I've got a better idea where I want to be shoving my brake bias. Or a nice even, maybe I'd like the rears, maybe just to lock up just a smidge just before the fronts.
We can all test it out.
Right, let's see what's skidded first. I might change the livery as well. Ooh.
We're not going with the America one.
Thank you, Brandon. I think John said that he wanted some like blue in there as well. Thank you, Brandon. I really appreciate it, man. Even Brandon likes my setups, Christoph. Definitely gotta make the car better.
Sucking up to him. His ego might go out of control otherwise.
Let's see what looks up first.
He's already inflating our iRating as a team.
Give over. That's the front locking first. Yep, that's the front. So we could shove the brake rearwards just a smidge. We'll check it again after. So, what did I say? We've got good turning. We've got a little bit of... It's a little bit shit on exit. .1, so we've got a little bit higher on the rear.
Stay on track, stay on track.
Front engine. Did I make the... No, I didn't. What's this? Tip 6 is linear, pedal to demand, 1 to 5 or least aggressive. Okay, leave that alone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to knock a little bit of camber off the rear. Add a little bit of towing because it's going to start flashing up at me if I don't. So, just reducing that camber just a smidge. So what we're doing is we are losing a little bit of rear grip on corner, but we're going to get a little bit more exit grip when we put the foot down to straighten up. No, the ABS. So if we
there she blows.
Extend the travel of the front for suspension, soften it just a smidge, back up to 4.
Must say that the setup you made feels a little light though.
Yeah, this is why I'm not doing it. This is why I'm doing it. I'm not overly happy with it. I mean, it's not complete. It still needs work, but I want to get a feel for the baseline before I start making.
Oh yeah, sure.
So
it's just my opinion after testing it for a couple of laps.
The rear is a little bit light for my liking. So let's try that.
Like in what is that turn? Is that 7? Feels really light going through there flat. or trying to at least.
I think I might have put a little on that setup. I might have put a little bit too much front downforce on to try and get a little bit of turning back. But I think I've gone the wrong way about it. I think I need to put the downforce a little bit more, say like towards 40%, because the front downforce on that I believe is 43. See how this goes. Made a few little tweaks, just see if we're in the right direction.
Yeah, sure.
Cold tires. Cold tires. So to soften the front springs, there's a little bit more travel before the weight's really planted on the front. So I'm hoping that we're not going to be dragging the ABS as much. Now we're on cold tyres. I didn't really check for ABS kick in there. It's mild, it's mild. A little bit there on the right. We'll just turn the ABS down, just a smidge. Oh. So it doesn't like the kink on cold tyres, this one. But it's more understeer rather than oversteer.
Which one Coach Dave gives?
Might shove a little bit of the downforce to the front to compensate for that. I think this is, yeah, this is going to need a little bit more front downforce now. Let me warm the tyres up. Let me see. There's no point judging on cold tyres.
Oh, that was what I loved about the one you made for Spa for the McLaren. Even on cold tires, that shit was stable as, yeah, as it could be.
It's more stable for the first half of the track, but when you get to the kink, it just seems a little bit less forgiving on cold tyres, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
More mechanical grip on cold tyres, but less aero grip at cold tyres, if that makes sense. On the front, the rear is not the problem at the moment, but again, there's no point judging it until we've warmed these tyres up. I bet John's asleep, isn't he?
Oh, Grandad needs his midday nap, I guess.
Ah, so it pisses kink then on and this is lap 2 of the fresh set of tyres. Kink is absolutely fine. Alright, we've got better exit grip than before. How's the progress of the setup doing? We're getting there. We trying to get a little bit more exit grip on corners without sacrificing the turning like on the previous setup, whilst keeping it stable through the kink. and turn 7, and I mean we're still on cold tyres of this new attempt. Well, they're not cold, but they're not optimal yet, and it seems pretty stable. There's a few more tweaks I'll probably be making, you know, there will be. But it is, I'm going off like a medium downforce baseline setup. See how we go on. I may reduce the downforce a smidge if I can sacrifice some downforce. If we've got plenty of stability without making the car murderous, we will give it a go.
Yes, please. GT3 Setup.
I might give you the setup when we get to a checkpoint, Brandon, if that makes sense for you to try out. You can let me know what teething problems we've got from your perspective, not just mine. Same for you if you wanted to, Christoph, if you're free.
Yeah, I'm practicing now on the Road America, so if you have something to
maybe
give me to practice with.
Maybe a little bit twitchy. I was hard on the accelerator though. That was slow. Could go around there a lot faster. Just trying to find its quirks. Seems to like 50-60% braking.
Sounds like a Mustang, yeah.
Okay, we get turn 7 flat out. Losing a lot of time on that long right-hander. Kinks a walk in the park. No struggle there whatsoever. Oh, that back end is light when you try and take something flat out. We're a little bit shaky on the bumps, so they're pretty soft as it is. Them a little bit softer. I'd like, which way does that go again? I think it's softer for the more locking with Chad's understeer, off throttle, under acceleration, under acceleration. Okay, so we'll turn this up just a smidge. Give it a whirl. I always get this one wrong way round mixed up. So what we're doing with this one is we want a little bit I've got this right. I've got it the wrong way around again. I always get this the wrong way around. Preload sets an offset amount, static differential, lock and force that will always be present during both acceleration and deceleration. More preload equals more locking, which adds understeer off throttle. Sorry, yes, I did get it the wrong way around. I want less understeer off throttle, but it will add a little bit of snap oversteer under acceleration. We're going to try and smooth that out with the springs. That's where we was. We're down to 48. So, to compensate for that, so we can still keep thrashing the living shit out of it on exit, we're going to soften the rear springs just a smidge. And we are unfortunately going to actually lift it. Just a bit, not too much. That also gives it a little bit more clearance over bumps as well, because we do want to abuse the curbs. That'll give us a little bit more body roll. Higher, softer springs. The rear is going to rotate a little bit of that. So before I make any more edits, we'll save that as number 2, just in case we have gone a little bit too much. So when he went over bumps, the car was unsettling quite a lot. Warm the tyres up again. I gotta mow the lawn so I can get it to go. So, alright man, no worries. Cold tyres, you buffoon. And before I exit to edit this setup, remind me to lock the brakes up just to see where's locking first, front or rear. Now I've made these changes. If I'm happy with how the car's flowing, we'll start looking at the brakes. So the kink is still absolutely fine on cold tyres. We're not loose on the kink, that's good. You can really feel the car roll now under the braking. It feels better on the coming off of that curb. Seems to eat these curbs up now, Christoph.
Really?
Yep. Just raised the rear of the car a little bit and softened the high rebound damping. So the high speed curbs you can really abuse. Well, we're going to find out if that is fact in a moment.
Oh, curious to see what you cooked up so far.
I wouldn't mind a little bit more rear body roll around this corner. Still got kind of cold tyres. Kinks eating it for breakfast. no worries there. So we're setting faster, cleaner laps on tyres that are not optimal already. Well, we was until I fucked up the last turn. Probably the next lap I might be able to start and send it over those curbs. Full pace.
Son of a bitch. Shut up, Jimmy. Alright.
Oh. Maybe I need to brake a little bit more into that corner. Oh, that's loads better. Coming through there. That little bit of extra body roll on the rear is really helping. Oh. Probably a driver error there. I'm not gonna blame the car. Gotta remember, I'm not driving the Acura or the McLaren.
Oh, you're driving the tank. On steroids.
Tank on steroids. Whee! That's a hook.
You've got wheel damage.
Not surprised. Right. So what happened here then? Little bounce in the track. There's a dip there. Alright man, no worries. Maybe bump the rubber gap to help with the curbs. Maybe. Maybe. I do want the clearance. I'm going to go to, I'm going to put a little bit. No, I'm not actually. Add a little bit of rear downforce. Add a little bit of arb stiffness, because I feel like going through the long right-hander, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I feel like there's not enough grip, but then there is too much grip, if that makes sense.
Are you losing speed because of it?
Yeah, I can't. It could be drive error, but try this setup. It'll be medium downforce sprint test 3.
I'll give it a whirl in a sec.
We're going to go watch now that, in case I put too much understeer into the car, obviously I'm not going to know on cold tyres. Alright man, no worries. Thank you for your help, Brandon. I appreciate it. If we all have an input, I should be able to iron it. Hopefully I iron the setup out for a little bit of everybody. Because we're all driving it, so we all need to have an input of what we like and what we don't like. The sooner we get a setup that we're all happy with, the sooner we can nail the setup and practice for the endurance race.
Alright, let's warm the tyres and let's see.
Still does kink very smoothly on cold tyres, flat out. Almost does that fast on cold tyres. Well, this is better on cold tyres than before.
Yeah.
Well, wait, oh
tyres.
shit. I shouldn't have read chat then. Hopefully I've not got damage. Don't worry about it, Brandon, man. If there's anything you don't like, let me know. And I will do my best to even it out for everybody. This you're going to be using it in this endurance race. You know, if we all like this setup, it's going to be better for everybody. I do feel as though I want to induce a little bit more rear end body roll for that long right-hander. Just to let the car rotate itself into the corner a little bit better. This right-hander here. try an earlier coast. That's what John says. John talks about coasting.
Yeah, that does mean don't touch the gas.
Yeah. Yeah, but we still want you to enjoy it, Brandon. We don't want you to, like, say, oh, fucking hell, I hate this, oh, but I'm going to do it. You know, you're part of the team, man, so let us know what you don't like and we'll do our best. Takes that bump better, but it's still bad. I mean, I purposely went over the bump there that threw me off earlier. I mean,
Oh, fuck.
maybe that's just going to catch anybody out, that bump.
What? The one at turn 8?
I think it's turn 7, might be turn 8. There's a very horrible, like, pothole.
Yeah, it's turn 8, just before turn 8.
See if we can get this flat out.
What is the temperature on your track you're testing on?
I'll find out for you now, because there's a few things I just want to try and iron out of it.
Because mine is about 115, 120.
114.
Yeah.
Right, so high speed damping, and let me think. It's the rear that's suffering over the bumps. The front seems okay, so I'm gonna put this up just a smidge, leave the rear a little softer. Now I do want to get some more front body roll into that long right hander, but I don't want to. I mean, I've got room. I have got room to jiggle around here. So I'm going to lower the rear. It's like a small understeer problem. Now I've stiffened up the front blade, so that is going to do a little bit of understeer, but it also is going to offer us some stability. Now, to compensate for that, I want a little bit of body roll to help the car grip around the long right-hander. I'm going to soften the front springs just a smidge more. Don't want to lower the diff preload any more than you already have. We're already on. I'm going to try low friction brake pads as well. Because the ABS has been a bit of a dick, and if I can stop that ABS being a dick, so we're on test 4 now, we might be onto some better turning. It might make it a little bit easier to control the rotation. Obviously, lowering the rear is going to make the angle on the rear wing a little sharper, which means it's going to be less efficient. Which is going to give us a little bit more oversteer, hopefully not too much. So we can really get the rear end like to play ball without being skippy. It's hard to tell on cold tyres, but let's have a look if it feels any better than the previous cold tyres around this corner. It's hard to say.
Oh, I wouldn't build it around the cold tyres, to be honest.
Well, no, but I'm not. I'm warming the tyres up, but I'm saying how it's performing on cold tyres compared to the ones, because I do want some cold tyre stability.
Yeah, definitely.
There's nothing worse than trying to hustle through a fucking grid of absolute knobhead drivers when you can't control the car on cold tyres.
So you mean the typical Mustang driver?
Yes, basically. More oversteering, more comfortable Brandon is. He likes oversteering. Now we've made this little change. This out. We should have a little bit more oversteer. Okay, so getting on the gas early, I didn't really get too much understeer there, if any. So I got a little bit of a faster, even though I cocked up, braked a little late. I still got a good exit. Okay, so it's easier to control now, coming off the brakes straight onto the gas. Once I'm happy with the stability, I'm going to look at the speed. Try that another couple of laps when the tyres are optimal. So it's a lot easier to grab if you do. I should have took this wider, really. But if you can send it into the exit there now, so that'll help us. Smidge. Kink's still fine. Eats kink up. Absolutely fine with kink. No worries there.
Well, once the tyres heat up, it feels decent.
Well, I think I've made an improvement here. So I'm going to drop this one into the folder in a moment. We'll get another couple of laps, get the tyres nice and warm, and then we're going to have another look. And get back on the gas, and it's not shoving the car too aggressively forwards. And it's not going into crazy oversteer either. Obviously, as long as you're not going over some crazy bumps, but turn 1 and 2, you can get back on the gas early. It's not throwing into an understeer. It's not throwing into an oversteer. So that's quite forgiving, nice and stable. Same at the end there. That's that feels nice. Oh, fucking hell. Shaved quite a lot of time off there. Fuck that corner up. You can really get back on the gas. So making the car a lot more forgiving. What's it? That pothole, it eats that pothole now. Oh yeah, Kink's getting eaten for breakfast. So that turn, I need to see what turn that is. Gotta be careful getting back on the gas there. Okay. So it does have its limitations. But I think that was quite exaggerated. So we'll try to do a couple of... Try and get a couple of hot laps in. See how we're running. I mean, it's a hot track as well, I need to take into consideration.
Oh, if the track's going to be this hot, 204s is going to be out of the question.
Yeah.
For now, at least.
Yeah, it's that pothole now. I can stop purposely hitting that pothole.
That might help.
But I'm just trying to make it so we're not going to do something like that's just going to upset the car all of a sudden. I mean, don't get me wrong, the pothole upsets the car, but it doesn't grab it and pull it into the wall anymore.
It's already an improvement then.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
Alright, Brandon, man. Let us know when you're back, pal.
Then point down to 44 and instantly go into 205s.
You what, sorry?
Track temperature goes to 44 and the lap time goes instantly into 205s.
Quite like where we've got this set up now. I'm struggling to define the difference between, which I know I'm making driver errors because I'm not overly knowledgeable on the Mustang, and I'm not overly knowledgeable at Spa, but I know I'm putting a lot. I know I'm. Sorry, not Spa, Road America. I know I'm putting a lot of driver errors into this, but I think this setup should be our baseline. I think we're almost is what we should call a baseline, so it's nice through the corners. I think what's left to do I am tempted to try it with a little bit more downforce, if I'm honest. I think that's mechanically wise, I don't think there's much more you can pull out of it. And this seems to be really fast on the straights compared to my fastest lap. So I think the downforce, can afford to lose some top, straight line speed to get some mid-corner speed.
Yeah, if it can hold on to it.
Well, it's going to make it easier to hold on to it if you increase the downforce, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think on a hot track we're going to leave most time on the table in the corners, not on the straight.
Yeah, well, this setup seems faster than my fastest time on the straights, so let me just double check that. Yeah, it is. It's faster on the straights. A lot faster on the straights. But then it's hard to keep up with my fastest time on the corners. So I'm losing time on the corners. Granted, it may be a hotter track. I don't know what the track temperature was, but I think I'm going to have a look at. Let's have a look. So let's start off in ones. Increase the rear wing angle by 1, and we will increase the front. Brakes, gears, differentials, where's the front wing? Am I just being blind?
He needs his glasses.
Might be a bit too much. We'll have a look. I'm going to apply it, but I'm not going to save it. See how much time I lose on the straights first. Might put too much down foot. I don't know yet. We'll find out. think it's safe to assume it's going to be a hot track on the day, isn't it?
Unless it's going to be cloudy or whatever, it's safe to assume that it will.
A little bit more understeer here. We'll take a little bit off the rear wing, I think.
Oh, as it stands, with this track conditions, I'll be doing 206, 207s. It's just horrendous.
Well, if it's hot, mate, I think that's what most other people are going to be doing. I mean, we are testing on very hot tracks, like we are on hot tracks. We're still faster with this extra downforce on the straights. It's interesting. Maybe take that back. Mind you, I'm on colder tyres and it's doing pretty well. Oh, I spoke a bit too soon. Oh, might be cooking actually, might be cooking.
Cooking with gas.
Might be cooking on gas here. Might be onto something with this downforce.
damn it. So you increase the downforce.
Yeah. Under these track temperatures, I've shaved quite early on to the laps 0.3635. So I'm doing a 205.3.
Nice.
It's a hot track, so obviously I'm going to struggle to beat my fastest lap. But this is very stable.
Stable is good. Especially in these conditions.
So we lost a little bit of straight line speed. You make a lot of it back though on exit speed. You can exit out the corners a little bit better.
Oh, I'll have my practice cut out for me, that's for sure.
We'll send you the setup in a minute. There's another one I'm going to send you in a minute, Brandon. I wanted to try.
Oh, come on.
Bastardo. Right, let me put a smidge more front downforce into this. In fact, no, I'm going to take... Oh, don't be a dick. Make your mind up. We'll take one off the rear angle, and then we're going to save that as Test Muppet 5. Save. Yeah, so medium downforce sprint test 5, Brandon.
Let's see.
So I've just took one notch off the rear wing angle because I felt as though, as stable as it was, there was just not quite enough off throttle rotation. I felt as though the high speed corners, the rear wing was making the car understeer, so I felt as though there was a little bit too much understeer. It wasn't. I feel as like the balance was more to the rear, too much to the rear. I think that we can maybe not lose any stability by sacrificing just a little bit of that rear end balance to the front. On cold tyres, you can feel the difference on this big round area. Now, big test, King Kong colds, what's it like? Fan dabby doby. Fan dabby fucking doby.
What turn is the kink you keep talking about?
After the long right-hander, that flat out. Oh shit! Forgot to brake
Oh,
there.
Canada corner.
Is it Canada corner?
Yeah, if you miss it, you end up in Canada.
I apologise. Warm the tires up. Scandi flick, woo! Or an attempt at it anyway. It feels like it's got better balance already. The tyres are still semi-cold or semi-warm. Whichever one you are, an optimistic or a pessimistic, half glass full or empty.
Empty all the way.
Hey, is that pessimistic? That's pessimistic, isn't it?
Yep. Oh, on semi.
You've got a semi?
Cold.
You can't say that. Oh, semi-cold to win now. Sorry.
Takes Canada corner flat. That's good. Turn 12 is a different story though.
why went into first there? Dick! There's still a little bit of understeer on that long right-hander. I mean, it might be driver error. Do I soften the front blades is the question. Anti-roll bars.
Well, I must say, look, it's starting to get somewhere.
We're getting somewhere, aren't we? I mean, it is a hot track as
Royally
well.
fucking up myself. Oh, you're being such a Karen.
Hey. By the way, I'm hoping that new R12 is going to be here this week.
Is it?
I'm hoping so.
So you have like a tracking code where you can see if they already shipped it, or...
Well, I'll check that in a mo. I mean, it's a very hot track, so I don't want to overdo it and then start going backwards. But I don't think we're a million miles off with this. What teething problems do you say we've got? It is that pothole now. And to be fair, it is the one on the right as well. It's not getting dragged into the wall either side anymore. It's not hooking up. I mean, that is an accident waiting to happen. You watching the race. There's gonna be chaos on those two potholes. It's gonna ruin a lot of people's race. And if this can eat those potholes up, I mean, it's absolutely annihilating kink. Absolutely annihilating it.
Yeah, kind of the corner is a breeze with this.
It is a little bit understeery on power. That is the only issue I have. But what's your track temperature, Brandon? I am going to have a play with that understeery on power. Oh, that was a great practice for the pit entry there. 118 Fahrenheit. Wow, that's a very hot track. But I think race day is going to be hot, so if we get the car nice and stable, I'm going to try and eliminate some of that understeer now, because going through kind of the corner, that is my only complaint at the moment, the understeer. But on this track, this temperature, it's hard, but if you can make the car fast on a hot track like this, then, well, it's going to be ideal for race day. And because we all raced it for 6 hours, when the track starts to cool down, it should really start to find some pace. Right, understeer on power. I don't really want to play with the springs anymore, the ride height. I'm quite happy with that. They're eating those bumps. What I don't want to do is fix the understeer with the springs and the dampers and the blades to then get a very shit car on those potholes between turn 7 and 8. In the moment, yes, it unstables the car, but you don't have to save it. Just let the car do its thing. It stabilizes itself. In fact, I can't feel the pothole on the right hand side of the track before you turn
me
left.
neither.
So that's been ironed out quite nicely, I think.
Yeah.
Now, so what I'm going to look at is diff preload. So I may have load that a bit too much. So we're going to go a couple of bumps on there. That'll put some oversteer back into the car. But I don't want to put too much in so we'll lose corner exit speed, because on this track, definitely pays to sacrifice some of your entry speed to gain exit speed. Obviously, I don't want the turn-ins to be shit and understeery, and I want kind of the corner to feel, not kind of the corner, the one before it, the long right-hand, I forgot what it's called. The really long sweeping right-hander, that is where I want to eliminate the understeer. I am tempted to put a
Fastest lap I got is 2.5.4.
Well, a hot track, Christoph, that is because it's a very hot track we're practicing on.
Yeah, I know, but it's the only issues I have is understeer in last corner and what's it called? Turn 12, the one after the long straight.
Say that again.
Yeah, corner 12 and the last corner, corner 14, is quite understeery. I think might be in driver error though, but
Well, Brandon's got the same issue. I've got the same issue. Now, Right. I'm going to do a test 6.
Is it in there?
Yes, it is. Just put it in. I'll double check.
Right.
Yeah, test 6. Right. I'm trying to not make the car want to kill you.
Go.
Whoa. Well, we've definitely got some oversteer on throttle, so be careful of that. So what I've done, I've took some rear wing angle out to let the front bite a little bit better, and I've increased the diff preload so you get a little bit more oversteer on the acceleration. Hopefully not too much.
Well, it helps the car turn more if you go on it. Woohoo, cold tires.
Okay, still alright to do the kink and cold tires.
On cold tires so far the haze. It's 41C, so the temperature went down for 5 degrees, but
Ah, off track. I want to know. I might take the the rear wing down just one more notch.
Less downforce.
Just a little bit. Still got more than what we started with. I don't know if it's me. Just being too impatient with the accelerator.
Probably.
Supposed to say no, you're an amazing driver. It can't be driver error. Yeah, it's
That would be lying, Luke.
Yeah, there's too much understeer in this. I want to be able to take that almost flat out, if not flat out. Too much understeer. So I've took another notch out of the rear wing. If you want to try the Test 7 now, you don't have to if you're liking what it is. But they should have a little bit less understeer at speed. Cold tyres, not bad. Cold tyres, cold tyres. I forgot about them, didn't I? What do you think so far, Brandon? I need John here to remind me I'm on cold tyres. Where's John?
Just the 2049.
Nice.
That is with the Test 6, was it?
Yeah. Oh dear. Tell you what I want to do actually. Get up to speed. I'm going to slam the brakes on, see how the how the wheels are reacting now to the braking.
I'm gonna reload.
The front earlier was the first to lock up, but obviously we made lots of changes since then. So I think now it's time to have a look at the brake bias just to get a baseline. If I'm going to do it where the finish line is, because it's going to be, oh fucking hell, I forgot to brake. It's going to be a lot more stable, the ground there, so I'm going to get more of a true reading, if that makes sense.
Seven. We need folders in this map because it's getting out of hand.
Ooh. What's I think going from 8 to 7 now to 6 degrees on the ring was bad. I just want to go down to 3 on the front arb. Blades feels much nicer on 3. Okie dokie. That was on the cards. Oh. Right, is the front just locking before the rear? So you want to test 7.5, Brandon?
So far, I'm liking 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it 7.5 so we can have a wonder at what we prefer the arb blades at. 2 and 3 or 3 and 4. Brandon prefers them in 3. It was a consideration I was making, being as though he said it as like, well, if he's saying it as well, it's got to be worth a try. So I called it 7.5. Just let's have a look. What I find with the front orbs coming down to 3 and the rear to 2, because the front's a little bit less stable. Well, it's stable, but a little bit more rolly. It's harder to get back on the accelerator as soon as you want to, coming out of turn 1s and 2. But that's it. We'll try and see if it perks up anywhere as opposed to 4 on the front. Might have a better opportunity with the front orb at 3 to take turn 7 at full speed. We'll find out the next lap or two. Might pull you through Canada a little bit better. If it does that, it's definitely worth looking at 3 and a little bit more than 4.
Well, so far I can't complain. Oh, you dipshit.
What are you complaining about?
My superb driving skill. But it really holds down in the carousel on a 48-degree track, so kudos on that. No, too fast.
It is effectively the same. I know what you're saying. I will do a 3-3 for us to try after this. The issue, what I'm trying to do is keep the rear planted coming out of this turn and turn 1, keeping it stable through the kink. Now, the 3-3, it was stable through the kink. What I'm trying to achieve is a little bit of body roll coming through that long right-hander to plant the weight on the left to shove the car right, if that makes sense. That is what I'm trying to achieve with that setup. However, since the 3-3, we have changed a lot of other things trying to iron out that corner, so I'll do another couple more laps and I will try a 3-3 50-50 setup. 100%. We're not gonna turn a blind eye to it. So it's just here trying to achieve just some twist in the car, which I feel we are getting around that corner a lot smoother with a looser rear. Or a softer rear, it'd be better to say. A more roly-poly.
Really like how this one takes the carousel.
Yeah.
It really hangs on.
I think this the 7.5 takes it a smidge better.
I'll try it in a sec.
I'll try this pothole on the left. Yep, still fine. Try the pothole on the right. Right, we are starting to grab the pothole on the right, but it's not detrimental. Road America refresh.
Try 7.5.
That needs ironing out again. Mind you, I did hit the grass bump. I did push the car into that a little bit too much. So my favourite at the moment is 7.5. I won't lie.
Guess we'll find out.
And Brandon wants to try 50-50 on the orbs. So I'm going to make that and just call it Brandon. If you want to try the 50-50 on the orbs, it's called Brandon. This is what Brandon wants to try. And I think it's worth a shot. I think it's worth trying. Did I just do that correctly? In fact, before you try it, Brandon, I am thinking of knocking one more notch off the rear wing. Would you like me to do that on your setup, or would you like me to make it separate? I'll make it Brandon number 2, which takes another notch off the rear wing, because the rear is stable. It's worth trying. It's definitely worth trying. So it's a front downforce percentage of 43, which is what the more aggressive people are selling setups at. So 43%, somewhere around that mark, front downforce. So we'll try it. We'll save it as Brandon number 2, and I'm going to try Brandon number 2 first. A 50-50. If you let me know which number's your favourite, Christoph, I'll call that your name.
7 is also is a good one to be for sure, yeah. 7.5, I'm just warming the tires now, so I'll see what this one gives. 6 was decent.
So Brandon 1 is with the extra notch of rear downforce. Brandon 2 is the one where I've took a little bit of rear downforce off again. Now it's struggling on Brandon number 2 for some reason. Just struggled on cold tyres through could have been driver error though. I've got a funny feeling Brandon's going to prefer this one I'm driving now. It does roll better, it does coast better, actually. It's just a little bit more aggressive on the corner exit. If we can learn to modulate the throttle with it a little bit better, then... Which is good, because you want to come out of Canada corner, that long sweeping right. If you do it the throttle a little bit early, if it kicks the rear end round, but not too much, at least it's going to give you a good exit, as opposed to a slow. I swear, a lot of the time is on this track for me.
What did you change with 7.5?
I can't remember. Do you like it?
Yeah, seems
Shouldn't be that
good.
much different from 7. Just maybe
No.
it was a little less understeery. I made my fastest lap with the 7.5. It's short. In fact, now 7.5, I dropped the arbs from 3 and 4 to 2 and 3. And it just grabs around that long right-hander just a little bit better on exit. Not a massive fan of the 50-50, obviously. So I'm going to go back to... Right, I think the Brandon 2 is gonna be the fastest, but I don't think it's gonna be the best for endurance, if that makes sense.
less stable, you mean?
Yeah, a little less stable, but a little bit more. It's not overly aggressive. You can do the kink and everything flat out. It's the other corners, it just seems a little bit more temperamental. Now, I'm not driving properly. I am just giving it some shitty inputs just to get a feel for the car. We'll try Brandon number 1. Back to Brandon number 1. I've not tried this one. This one's got the extra rear wings, like 7.5 has. mean, I'm on a hotter track than the previous setup, and I'm setting faster laps without really trying. You know, than the one I made last night.
So 6, 7, 7.5. I'm gonna experiment more with.
So far, I mean, I'm testing this one. 7.5 is my favourite.
I'm gonna test Brandon 1.
Brandon 1 is not what I'm on. I skipped one and did Brandon 2 for this one. It is good, but I feel as though Brandon 2 would suit a sprint setup more than an endurance. I think Brandon 2 is going to be the better of the sprint setups.
We'll see. I'll give it a go.
But for an endurance race, 7.5 sticking out to me quite a lot. Well, Brandon 1's actually, I mean, I'm still on cold title, but Brandon 1 seems to be picking up more than I thought, to be fair. You might be onto something with the 50-50 orbs. Just suffer a little bit more on Canada, but again, the tyres aren't optimal, so I'm not going to judge it just yet.
Fucking hell.
You alright?
Oh, I spun it in 12.
So far for me, it's going to be our Brandon 1 and 7.5. Can't make my mind up yet.
Yeah, it's gonna need a little bit more testing.
Well, we're going to whack a full tank of fuel in them both in a minute. Adjust the rear springs to compensate. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Let's get a baseline for the endurance going. I'm going to do it in them both. Let's get a baseline. I think now we're fighting with driver error over self. I have not fully gone for the Brandon 1, but I already know I like it. So I'd like to see how they both perform on a full tank. This is Brandon 1, full tank of fuel. I know the towing's high. This always happens when we throw the fuel in. Always happens when we throw the fuel in. Spring rate, I'm only double, so there we go. A little bit low on there. Is it going to be a dick? No, it's going to be a dick. What about if we go to 3.1? No, it's going to be 3.2. And we have got to go to 6.1 here. I have to delete some of these setups.
Well, we need folders in that map. Oh, come on.
That folder is all for this Mustang on this track. Oh, wow. Hi, Christoph.
What?
Try Spa Test Enduro 1A. That's got the full endurance tank and you're gonna like it, man. On cold tyres.
Let's have a look.
You like stability on cold tyres? You've got stability on cold tyres, my friend.
Which one is it?
Spa Test Enduro 1A.
Let's see.
I've adjusted the rear toe and the rear springs to compensate for the full tank of fuel.
I was just about to say, felt quite heavy, but yeah, it's a full tank of gas.
How stable's that on colds?
Yeah, it's nice. See how she goes in. Yeah. Let's try that again.
Oopsie daisy. Pushed a little bit too hard on cold tyres. It does have its limit, but...
You've got wheel damage.
Come on. I left a tiny bit on kink. On semi-cold, starting to feel alright.
So this is the endurance setup from 7.5.
Can you make them for 7 and 6 as well?
Yep.
.9.
On a full tank.
Yeah.
That's good going, really, isn't it?
Yeah?
On a hot track. Oh, bollocks. I had to go and fuck around with the, What is happening with this? That's better.
This.
Ah, bastard. Too much of the grass.
I'll do one more lap. .6.
So you want 7, 6 and 7 as well. So you want 6, 7, 7.5.
Yeah,
Right.
if you please.
Yep. I'm doing 6 first. Do not let me forget it. So that needs to go to 6.1. That up to there. Apply. Yep. That's that. Save. We'll call this. I'm going to do 7 now.
Let's try. Oh.
Oh, shit. I've called them Spore Test. What an idiot. I don't know why I keep calling this track Spore.
I know you like Spa, but come on.
Oh, fucking hell. Right. This was 7, weren't it?
Oh, John will have his work cut out for him to test all these.
Yeah. How do I rename this? Ah, fuck, I'll just save it.
Load it in.
Just save it. So I'm going to put my name next to the one I favour, which is 7.5. If you let me know which one you favour.
I will do in 2 minutes when my cigarette is up.
Yeah.
Is out.
And which one do you favour, Brandon? There's Brandon 1 and Brandon 2. He wants 6. Christoph wants 6 saving as well.
once we get the setup we all agree on, we can start hammering out the lap times.
Yep.
And practicing on the hot track is only going to be better for us. If the track actually is cooler, it will be much easier to drive on it, even with this setup.
Road America Test 6, save. So
Right.
I've done 6, I've done 7, I've done 7.5. Just Brandon's. I favour. Oh, so Brandon favours 7.5, but for sprint he favours Brandon 1.
But
So I'll save sprint for you, Brandon, as Brandon's Road America Sprint. Okay, is that all right with you? And then I'll put your name next to 7.5 as well. It's not a
these
vote.
are all endurance, right? These are full tank of gas, right?
Yes. So there's Road America Test 7, Road America Test 6, Road America Test 7.5. Luke, I'll just put my name there because that's what I'm voting for. So Brandon 1, why have I put him as Spa Test? What an idiot. Did that one. He's got a full tank in that. But I know I don't have to revert that because I've got it saved somewhere. It's reading for test Brandon 1. That's what he likes is a sprint. So save. So, yeah. So it's oh shit. If we find one, if you find your favorite, what my plan is to try and blend them together.
All right.
Right. So I'm gonna go into gauge 6 to 1. So basically, let me go on to official setups before I call this stream to an end. It was a medium downforce I came from. Medium downforce sprint. So I've played with the ride height. I played with the toe in. I've lowered the camber on the rear. Kept it the same on the front. I've increased the spring rate on the rear. But no, it ended up to be the same after we converted it to an endurance race. Though it runs better as a sprint version on a click less on the spring rate to compensate for the extra weight of the extra fuel. We increased the spring rate and increased the I think we increased the rear ride height as well, just so just compensate for the weight of the fuel. We ended up back at a diff preload of 55 foot-pounds, which we're about there. 7.5 on the endurance. We ended up with a 3 a front, keeping it as 3 and reverting back to 2 on the rear. Rear wing angle, I think we finished on 6 or 7.5. We had a
Oh, come on.
front downforce of 43%, I believe we ended on. Oh no, which is we'll double check what we ended up on. We ended up on a 42% front downforce, which is slightly less aggressive than what the guys that sell them for are pumping out. Definitely more stable. But yeah. Right, I'm going to call the stream there. It's getting late for me. I'm going to try and stream again before next Sunday. Brandon, cheers, man. We'll catch you in Discord in a minute. And everyone else, I don't know who is watching. If you're interested, you can request setups and such. Let me just get a invite link for if anyone is interested to join in. You can request setup, you can request liveries. You can just jump in, try and be a part of the team. We are trying to get more members for the 24-hour races. Yeah, just same old rubbish. What probably everyone else is doing, but trying to do it a little bit more free, if that makes sense. We're not charging for anything. We're just trying to get together, have some fun, share ideas. Get enough members. Want to make some leagues and have some like in-house racing. That'd be awesome. Maybe if we could afford it, get some prizes out there. Who knows? Right. I'm going to stop it there. Cheers for watching, guys. See you next one. See you soon. Bye.